And also, guys, just excuse me if like the audio is bad or the lighting is bad. I'm using my Sony a7RIII Mark V, and it doesn't have a built-in microphone capability, and it's just a more casual type of camera. So the quality, both video and audio, is not going to be as good as my typical videos, but that's going to change after we're all done. So guys, I have a lot of boxes right here. As you can see, they're doing a great job in blocking the sun from my face. I have 4 boxes, and if you saw my post on Twitter, and if you're not following me on Twitter, what are you doing? Link in the description. So I posted on Twitter that I was getting rid of my Sony a7RIII. So guys, if you know my upgrade path through my YouTube career, it's been very weird, but it has gone up in price. So I started with the Nikon D3100, then the Nikon D5500. I went to Canon because the autofocus on Canon was stellar. Like, my mind was blown after going from an old Nikon camera to Canon. After having the Canon, I went to L-glass on the Canon, which, thinking back, was kind of a waste of money, because why would you put full frame glass on a Canon like APS C sensor? Stupid. My intention was to upgrade to Canon full frame, but I got frustrated with Canon because they were not coming out with good enough full frame cameras that were reasonably priced. So I went to the Canon EOS R, which was their mirrorless option. Wasn't too happy with it. It actually had a defect, so I just sent it back. And then I went to Sony, and I've had the Sony a7RIII for probably not even a year now. I went all in. I paid $3,000 for the Sony a7RIII. I bought the 24-70 G Master lens. That combo itself was over $5,000. So about a month ago, I actually broke the $2,000 plus lens. I was just careless. I've made videos on that as well. But to fix that lens would have costed at least $500. And right now I just don't have the time in my life to do it, so I just sold it on eBay. And I sold it for over $1,000, which is great. I got some of my money back. But it kind of hit me, like, I'm tired of upgrading to more expensive stuff. Something in my head just made me think, like, I'm a YouTuber, like, I need to get better gear as I get more views and get more popular. It's just kind of like a common thing. But you know what? Like, I don't want that to be a common thing. I don't want to own a red camera when I get 1 million subscribers. I want to be happy just having a normal everyday camera that anyone can afford and anyone can, buy after I recommend it. So I made the choice to downgrade to the Sony a6400. I have a ton of reasons. The biggest thing is, though, I do not want to get trapped into just upgrading to more expensive gear. So for the price I paid for the a7RIII, which was $3,000, the body only was $3,000. I bought not one but 2 Sony a6400s, and I bought 4 lenses. Now, these lenses aren't a slouch at all. Like, they're really good lenses from what I've heard, and I've heard like they're the reason to get this system. And I actually think my content's going to be better now, because I had the Sony a7RIII with the good lens, but then my second camera was always like this, the Sony RX100 Mark V, or like my cell phone. It just didn't provide for a good experience, and I really could not afford to buy another full-frame Sony mirrorless camera and then afford to buy another G Master lens to match it. So I downgraded, because I think downgrading is going to open up more doors for me. I can buy more gear that's cheaper, but I'll still get the look I'm going for. I never claimed to be like a professional tech YouTuber. I don't make cinematic content. I make like my opinions. I make videos like how-tos and tips and news. I don't need an expensive camera. I feel like my channel, like in my personality, I embody just an average person that maybe doesn't really know much, doesn't have much technical knowledge. Like, that's me. Like, I don't edit very well. I don't film really good B-roll. Like, I don't have a cinematic channel. So why would I buy a cinematic camera other than like just to say I did? So that's why I decided to downgrade. Here's all the stuff right here. Let there be light slowly. Let's get the camera first, which, believe it or not, the camera is in the smallest box. And I'm going to do this, guys, really quick, because if I unboxed all of this stuff and like opened it and tried it out, this video would be super long. So this video right here is just going to be about what I bought exactly, but just stay tuned to my next videos to see this stuff in action. If you didn't see my previous video, I actually did order a Tesla Model 3, so that whole like experience of picking it up and my first drive is probably going to be filmed with all this, if I get around to filming that. So here is the camera itself, the Sony a7RIII, the Sony a6400. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna take some time for me to say that, but there's that. We'll take a look. We'll get like our first-hand impressions really quick. I love having like a less than $1,000 camera now, guys. Like, I feel like I can just tell my friends and family about it. Like, if they ask, oh, what camera do you use on YouTube? I want to be able to give them something that I know that they can afford and they could actually make money from it or get their use out of it. I don't want to be recommending like expensive stuff to people. Ooh, okay, this is crazy. Ugh. The screen flips up. This is a game changer for me, guys. You don't know how many times I've just wanted to shoot a quick video with my Sony a7RIII and just been frustrated that I have to either connect it to my camera or to my phone app or my monitor, and then when I connect it to an external monitor, I lose face tracking, so it's pointless. So I love this. I cannot wait to just play around with this. And yes, I opted for a kit lens. So this lens right here is like, I think it increases the price of the camera like $100. You got to realize that this is a big change for me. Like, I went to the taxes on my lens that I would buy. It cost more than $100. So this is nice. It is the 16 to 50, so it should be pretty wide. And it has optical steady shot, so it will kind of stabilize the footage a little bit. This does not have internal body image stabilization. The reason I got into trouble, I would be such a spec whore. I want the highest dynamic range. I want in-body image stabilization. I want this, I want that. I want the best features. I don't upload videos that require that type of professional aspect. My camera's on a tripod most of the time. I don't need all that. So I'm so happy with this. Like, this lens is so small. It may not be the best optically, but I don't care. It will kind of force me to color grade better. But it's gonna be amazing to just like hold this out and see it. I love it. I wish it did kind of fold out instead like a Canon, but whatever. And then it comes with a battery, which is not the biggest. So, like I said, guys, I did buy another a6400 for a B cam. So I'm not always going to be filming with two cameras. Like right now, I probably wouldn't. But I'm going to get another one of these, so I'm just going to inherently have another battery. So that's great. And I don't know if you can hear this. It comes with these little like clips made for the strap. I'm going to take those off because all they do is just make a rattling noise that's going to get into your audio. That's the camera. But honestly, like, the camera isn't the thing I'm excited about. I'm excited about trying some of the best lenses I've ever seen spec-wise and the cheapest. So I'm going to do one at a time, guys. They're all the same pretty much. They're all the Sigma f1.4s, but from off the top of my head, there's a 16mm, a 30, and a 55. So that's going to be an insane range of really shallow depth of field and low light capabilities. Like right now, as you can see, it's getting dark out. My camera is actually getting dark. I'll have to bump it up in post, but with the f1.4, it would be so much brighter. And I do realize, guys, that you don't always need f1.4. You can always, you know, up the f-stop, or I can use my kit lens if I want that versatility. That's why I got the kit lens. I don't want to be that guy again that just puts off kit lenses just because it's a kit lens. I want to be able to use stuff that normal everyday people use. And this, guys, is a little insane because every one of these on Amazon, the lens came with like a bundle. So the bundle comes with all these accessories, and it's stupid not to get the bundle because it's like the same price. I'm gonna have so much extra stuff. So it looks like we have a camera pouch, we have a filter set, we have a fancy bougie strap, we have a camera bag, we have a little monopod, and we have like just a little camera cleaning kit, which I've actually never bought one of these, like the thing to clean your sensor. So this is actually useful to me, even though it just looks like junk. I'll make use out of it. We have a microfiber cloth, which again seems like junk, but I can never use enough of these. I always just like am looking for them. And we have the lens itself. So this is the Sigma f1.4 16mm. So this is going to be the widest of the bunch. Actually, the 16mm I have on my Sony a7RIII is really wide. I love it. This isn't full frame though, so it's not going to be as wide. But, whoa, this will be nice. And it's so refreshing, guys, to go back to like an APS C size sensor because the glass is so much smaller. I really don't want to put these lenses on and try them on outside. I don't want to get like dust and stuff in the sensor on the first day. So just like here it is. If I'm feeling nice, I'm gonna put some B-roll that's filmed with this lens so you can kind of see it. This ring is super smooth. I'm trying to get out of my head that the biggest, the heaviest, the most expensive glass is the best thing for me, because like any tech, everyone uses them differently. So I don't want people to think that you need to get the most expensive stuff to be a successful content creator. So now we got the next one. So process of elimination, guys. This should either be the 30 or the 55 or 56. I know it's a weird number. I think it might be 56. Okay. It'd be nice if it was the 30. It would make my OCD be very good. We can go from widest to closest up. And I'm pretty sure, guys, actually this setup is a little bit different. It came with a memory card, which is great. Let's see what this is. Looks like some type, I think this is like a lens holder, like for the filters. Another microfiber cloth, same thing. A pouch, I believe this is for a lens. Another strap for a camera. Same accessories for cleaning. Same bag. Same monopod. It's a 56. So let's see what the 56mm f1.4. So this is like a portrait style lens. Before I got into like videography and photography, I didn't really know this, but like 50mm, that's like the closest thing to like a portrait lens. So this is great for filming like people or yourself even. And you can see this lens is actually way smaller than the other one. Nifty 50 style lenses have always like historically been really small. They're called, you know, it's almost like, it's not a pancake lens, but it's getting close. Okay, so that means the last one we have is the 30, which honestly I think the 30 I might use quite frequently, like in my office when I don't want super wide and I don't have the space to be far away. So the 30 is good if you're limited on space but you still want to film yourself. And we assume, guys, the accessories are going to match. Case. It's all the same. So I would assume that this is probably in between the size of the 16 and the 56. It's gonna be like in the middle. I don't know why I'm just assuming, but that's just what I think. There is the 56, 30, and 16, all right there. Great little lenses. The body only of the A7RIII, I sold, like I got back money, $2,000. That $2,000 bought all of this. If you consider the new price of the Sony a7RIII, that was $3,000. I could have used that $3,000 to buy all of this, plus another Sony a6400 to then have a perfect dual camera setup. And I'm not even done yet, guys. Like, I have another lens for my Sony a7RIII, and I have this. This is the Sony RX100 Mark V. So I'm selling both of those and just having two Sony a6400s, because the Sony a6400 is the perfect marriage of this little tiny point and shoot camera and the bigger full frame camera. It's perfect for me. I'm trying to like simplify my life. I'm trying to like minimize to the basics. And I think having two identical cameras with 4 lenses I can use is going to be perfect. It's going to give me a lot of flexibility with what I want to do. And guys, Sony did me wrong. It comes with a completely dead charge. So if you want to see sample footage from this camera and all the lenses I picked up, you're going to have to just wait until my next video. So my next video most likely is going to be an insane video. It's going to be where I pick up my Tesla Model 3. Yeah, so new camera, new car. We're going to make some good videos. I feel like the wide lens is going to be great for in the car. The medium range and the closer lens is going to be great for outside. It's just going to be a great all-around video. I'm going to try to make it really good for you guys. And also, guys, of course, like all my other videos, I will put links to these lenses and the cameras I talked about so you can check it out. Keep in mind it is an affiliate code, so I do get a commission if you do click the links and buy it. So that is nice for both of us. And that's all I got to say about that, guys. Have a great day. Bye. Ugh, I can't reach, I'm too lazy. Just pretend I touched the camera.